even though I'm psychic, I am in the perception of your spirit guides or whoever, the spirit world is giving me information. That's their agenda, but it might not be your agenda. I need you to tell me your agenda if you have one.
Okay.
Yeah. In a moment, I'll lead us through short guided meditation. I'll have my eyes closed. You can keep yours closed or open. And then towards the end of that, if you have any questions you want to ask, or you could tell me right now if you know that you have any topic you want me to look into right away, you're
No,
open.
whatever.
Taking in another deep breath and calling in any emotion or feeling, sensation or state of being that you'd like to have today and this week. I'm feeling a lot of self-love coming in for you and love of your body and your being. With the exhale, you can exhale and let go of anything that doesn't fit with that self-love and loving your body, loving your being. With your next inhale, calling in all of your loved ones, all of those who want to support you, welcoming in if there's angels or ancestors, spirit guides, beings seen and unseen, everyone and anyone who wants to offer up their love, their support, clarity. Oh, maybe even getting the sense of like discipline and willpower. So I guess some of them maybe want to offer some of that up as well. They're here for unconditional love and clarity. And I'm gonna take a moment to see what is the message or information they want to convey to you. So, one of the first things that I'm seeing is this feeling of, I don't know if there's an aspect of your life where it feels as if you either have to kind of snake and fit into the situation based on what it is, not necessarily how you would like to show up in that situation. I'm trying to think if there's another way I can say this. It feels a little bit that there may be a place in which it's almost you're trying to make yourself narrower to fit into a situation. Again, I don't know if this is work or family or personal friendships or another situation yet. And I'm getting this sense that by trying to squeeze into this setting that really doesn't, it's like you're trying to squeeze too much of you. There's too much of you to squeeze into this little box or this situation, and it's creating, I guess, some of this, I don't know if conflict is the right way to put it, but I get the sense that there's a desire to fit into a situation or to work with people in a certain way, but it feels again like trying to cram too much into something that's too small that won't hold it. And so in so from there, then there's this invitation from your spirit guides saying, or your higher self, your soul saying, what if you didn't have to squeeze yourself into this scenario where it's like you're winding through the cracks? What if instead of squeezing down, you step back and you expand even more? What if you let those wings unfurl? What if you, instead of turning your light down, stepping back and turning it up even more? That sensation feels very much like coming alive and feeling exuberance and energy and excitement. And it also feels like the perspective of trying to squeeze into something feels as if it's that there's a part of you that's thinking, well, I'm doing this for so and so, or I'm doing this to help out, whatnot. But by stepping back and unfurling your wings, turning the heat up or turning your light up, that angle of, oh, I have to make myself smaller to fit in and squeeze in through this thing, that perspective doesn't even come on board when there's this level of a little bit of room and detachment for this wide, bright, exuberant self-expression. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a minute here because I feel like I don't know if there's any situation in your life that this is speaking to, but I can go further or I can go in a different direction. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, that could be applicable. I mean, that's life in general, right? My whole life has been about trying to fit in, and I'm not at
Okay.
that spot anymore. Right now, I'm
Oh,
like,
good.
no, 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 no. It's about me just shining. That's it. So I don't know if it's
Oh,
a
good.
specific situation, but that's literally my lifeline. So
Wow. Okay, great. That's excellent. Mm, good, good, good. So I'm so glad you made this change. And that's what I'm getting to is this feeling of happiness for making this change. Are you still kind of are the people around you still like, whoa, who's this new Allison? Like, how do we adjust? Or are
um,
they already knowing that you are the way that you are?
I'm a pretty insular person. So this
Mm,
probably is more in regards to me and both just show up how I show up in life. Because literally my whole life was about being small and people pleasing. And so for the last 8 years, it's been about this expansion and the remembrance of the dream I had when I was 3, which was I was love and light, standing on the stage, glowing. The body was dissipating
mm,
in front of thousands of people. So it's the remembrance of just glow, and the glow
yes.
will be the light that people, the lighthouse type of idea. So that's the
Yes.
shift I'm in. And it's like the first half was about constriction, and the second half is about expansion. So
I love that. Yay. That's so good. And how nice that you remember that experience of that dream from when you were 3. I'm so glad you kept that in your awareness, in your consciousness. That's really good.
mhm.
I'm closing my eyes for a moment, but do you have an area of life that you would like to ask a question that you feel like would be helpful for you in this time?
No, I'm more open to just whatever comes through is what comes through. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
whatever benevolent entities want to speak, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever information that you think is resonating.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you currently speaking on any stages? Is this person you were talking about, the love and the light and the glow and the expansion and all of that?
I speak all the time, not on a physical stage, but
Yes.
on a virtual stage. I mean, I'm
Oh,
I'm very I'm very much there.
awesome.
So
Oh, that's so
yeah.
good. Okay. Well, one of the things that I'm getting, and maybe, as you said, this has been a process of, there was the constriction and then the expansion. I'm getting the feeling of if you felt comfortable, you could turn up the volume more, so to speak. You could get even more loud, metaphorically speaking. You could kind of light that fire more. And when I feel it, it feels like it's like your brain or your mind or your crown chakras on fire, and then I feel it all over the shoulders too. Fire in a good way of like this
Mhm.
glow and this light shining for people. Let's see if there's anything else to share. I also get this sense, which maybe this has already happened. I don't know if it'll happen again in another way, but by turning up this volume, turning up the light, there's a sense that there's a few people who might effectively like walk away from you because they're not comfortable with that level of showing up, speaking, being this glowing, loving light. And so, you know, if they gotta go, they gotta go. Like that's what they want to do. But that your dedication to turning up the light and letting it shine even more brightly is so desired for your soul, and also feels like what all these spirits are encouraging you to do, and also that they are acknowledging that you have been doing. And I'm getting something about like sending kisses to the children. So I don't know if most of your speaking, if it relates to adults or if any of it is for children, but also it feels like two parts here. One, sending that younger you and all of the younger times of you, but specifically you, the child you, lots of love, remembering moments and just thinking, oh, I send you so much love back to your younger self. And if there's a way of the speaking that you're doing that occasionally, once every 10 days, I'm getting like a 10% feeling of, so yeah, let's say twice a month or once every 10 days, maybe even 3 times a month, finding a way that you're speaking is sending the love and encouragement to children. So if there's a way to modify what you're doing for a younger audience, and I don't get the sense that you're totally changing everything so that it's only for them. Like I said, it feels like a 10% at least would be helpful. Of the visual I get is sending these kisses to the children and giving them that thing to hold on to and connect to, and letting them feel love. And also this idea of some of them, it's they were probably like you when you were younger, and it's like, but what if they can skip the whole people pleasing constriction phase and connect with some of what you're doing, and then just keep on moving in this beautiful way of them being their beautiful shining selves and having that confidence, having that love, being able to show and shine with their light turned up. Yeah. Is there a way you can adapt your message at all for a younger audience?
Well, so in terms of younger, I used to teach elementary school and preschool. So I've actually written children's books
Oh,
on that level.
oh,
But
wow.
in
That's
terms of
great.
what you're saying, and actually one of my books is literally the most stripped down version of the book that I wrote for adults and self-help is literally a stripped down version for toddlers. But I think what you may be speaking about is, I've done a lot of stuff on Instagram, but recently I switched over to TikTok to do some stuff on TikTok,
Nice.
which is a younger audience, right? And there's
Yes.
so much receptivity, like to that 20-ish, 30-ish group. Um,
Yes.
it's growing so much quicker than Instagram. So I'm thinking that
Mm-hmm.
they're receptive to the stability that I
Yes.
now can offer that I did not have
Yes.
back in my
Mm-hmm.
20s and 30s. So that might be what you're speaking of. It's just
Yeah.
like every single day I'm getting tons and tons of followers, and there's starting to be conversation, and then like, okay. I mean, I would love to influence that generation.
Yes. Oh, I love that too. Okay. And now I'm feeling also, hmm, is there, yeah, I'm getting all the tinglies about this. I'm so excited to tell you about the upcoming book, Talk to the Trees, written by myself, Rachel Strivelli. Talk to the Trees is a short book that's somewhat practical, somewhat metaphysical, about connecting to the wisdom of the trees, actually literally talking to them, metaphorically from the wisdom of these elder beings, related to what can we gain from them in terms of resilience, how to get through hard times, how to approach the times that we're in. You can buy it at the places linked below. I would love it if you check it out, share it with a friend, buy it for a friend, and spread the word. I know you've got your toddler book. Maybe you have an adult book too. This not just this age group, but also where they are in their consciousness. If there was, and it's not even going to be a full book, it feels like I'm currently working on a book. One of my friends said it's more like a booklet because it probably only have like 30 pages. So something like that,
Mm-hmm.
30 to 50. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't go over 45. A short bookish thing for that, not just age group, like I said, it's the consciousness and the age group together of those people feels like it would be so powerful. And I feel like being on TikTok is going to help you. It's almost like you're going to write it with them easily, seeing what's coming up. And there's a few people that I know, it almost feels like a mix between a book and a carousel in terms of like you can make, you know how TikTok now has where you can do, it's like the Instagram carousels, it's the pictures you're swiping through. So I get the sense
Mm-hmm.
of you could experiment. I don't know if you've done those yet, but you could do some of those, and some of those could then almost make like a magazine carousel book that's not very long, that has
Mm-hmm.
5 to 8 different subtopics under the big topic, or maybe 5 to 10. And
Mm-hmm.
that feels like a really nice, easily consumable book for that generation,
Mm-hmm.
even though it might
Yeah.
have a lot more pictures than, like I said, it might almost be like a magazine kind of feel.
Hmm. Well, I was just published in a magazine. And actually,
Ooh,
my third book, actually third, so I've got a couple of different self-help books. The next one's coming out. It's called The Halfways, a guidebook to strengthening your intuitive connection. My editor's working on it now. But I mean, there could be something. I've got all these different, I mean, I could reach out to TikTok and say, what do you guys want? And my guess
yeah.
is, because I'm about to launch a community in January, and my intuition, my higher self was like, you're gonna make it for like $12.99. I'm like, really? They're like, yes. So I'm launching this community that is literally a super low price point. And I get the sense that it's going to speak to all of these that need quality content, that need quality coaching, that need quality communication from a
Hmm.
stable aspect, such as myself. So I don't know.
I love that.
Maybe something, I've got different pieces. I've got these booklets that I've written before that maybe they come together, because I've been writing courses for years,
Oh, that's awesome.
years. So
And I love knowing that you have this community that you're creating, because even more so than on TikTok, that might be a nice way to, yeah, make the booklet or the whatever from there, or maybe the booklet goes along with
mm-hmm.
your program. That's wonderful. And yeah, I have noticed one of the things, and maybe you've noticed this as well, that I find in that age group, that there are a lot of people on TikTok that they feel it's not exactly just an existential crisis, but there is this aching within a lot of people who are in that age range and the circumstances that they really, like you said, they need your stability. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming at a perfect place and time for them to not just feel some ache and emptiness and despair and let it, you know, go to some
Mm-hmm.
downward
Yeah.
spiral, but it's giving them a way to work with that and work with their feelings and have someone to connect with that is really grounded and intuitive, that they feel really
Mm-hmm.
positive about.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, I mean, definitely exploring that. So it's in the works. It'll be open in
So,
January.
yay, that's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is there anything that you have that's a question of something that you want for yourself that you want insight about, or
No, I just more like to see what other people pick up on,
mm-hmm.
to see what guides are popping in their direction or how they
Mm-hmm.
interpret it.
Okay, hold on, one more thing. Oh yeah, okay, interesting. This is funny. Even though I know, I don't know how you have your TikTok set up, but I know the stand store is a really popular thing. they're for selling products or whatnot. They're telling me, don't do that for you. That's not a good fit. You probably already have your other platform where you sell things from anyway.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm getting the last tidbit that I'm getting is just over the next 6 to 8 weeks. It's kind of this feeling of getting all the little things in a row or dealt with that are like, if you go to a doctor and get your whatever, your regular medical checkup, doing that, checking up also on your online health or vitals, like making sure, I don't know, like you've got enough passwords that are strong enough, for just a little bit of what to me feels like foundational. They keep on giving me this check your vitals. So I feel like it is both a medical thing, not that I'm picking up on, oh, there's some medical thing to be worried about, but checking your vitals in a physical way and also with your online presence or security and all of that. So just a little bit making sure that those things are in a good place.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, would you, oh, and if you want, I can always include your TikTok if you want that for anyone watching this video, if they want to come find you there.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it your name or something else?
It's my name, Allison Sutter, and then 3 right after it. Just
Perfect. Cool, cool, cool.
the number 3. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, would you like to share for the viewers how this felt for you? Was it helpful? This session so that they can have a perspective of what you got out of it.
Yeah, I think it was great. I mean, I think you picked up on some general, energetic things that are applicable and that I was conscious of already. But it's like, when you pick up on the generalized energy of the what's in the field and what's happening at the moment. Yeah, I mean, it's always helpful. I think it's fun and helpful and interesting, and I love doing it. So thank you for taking the time to reflect on what's going on for me and all of that. Yeah.
You're welcome. That's a pleasure. And you do intuitive work too? Is that what you said? Or you help people connect to
I
their
do. I'm an
intuitive?
intuitive. I have mediumship capabilities. I'm a channel. I write. I teach. Yeah, but I just love this. I mean, it's just always really, really helpful to see what someone else picks up on that you might have missed or that you weren't aware of, or from a different perspective. Just having a different perspective is so helpful on things.
Oh,
It's really,
definitely.
really enjoyable. So thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, no specific guides came through today, but it sounds like you're already doing so much of this work. So that's great. And also, I'm so joyful that the constriction that I see is more the past than you trying to fit into it now. So that's really
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's
Awesome.
the general trend. Is I actually went to a numerologist back like in my 30s, and his take on the numbers and stuff was like he's like the first 50 years for the tumultuous time, and the second 50 years for that sort of like the expansion of the image of what I saw when I was 3, which is teaching and being the one who's in alignment and has that consistency to hold for others while the consciousness shifts on the planet and all that other stuff. So yeah.
That's so wonderful. I love that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. I am here to tell you about my free manifesting short course that you can download below. It's 5 days of doodling and manifesting, getting you to look at manifesting in a fresh new way and getting that creative muscle working so you can start making new connections and seeing new things that you have never seen before. Go ahead and download that free course below.